her famous quotes that I love the most was, "I've learned that people will forget what you've said and people will forget what you do, but people will never forget how you feel." And I know in life, some of you all may have experienced this as well. Maya Angelou was born April 4th, 1928, to Vivian Baxter and Bailey Johnson. She had only one sibling. His name was Bailey Johnson, Jr. She was born in St. Louis, Missouri, and she had one son. His name was Clyde Johnson, which was an interesting story about how she became pregnant with her son. She was trying to prove that she wasn't a lesbian, and so she actually slept with a young man, and in that action, she had a son named Clyde Johnson. She had married in 1952 to Anastasio Angelopoulos. And another one of her quotes was, "Try to be a rainbow in someone else's cloud." Some interesting facts that I found out about Maya Angelou: she was the first African-American female to be a cable car conductor in San Francisco. She also, unfortunately, was raped at the age of 7 and became mute for 5 years. She went to visit her mother in Chicago, and her boyfriend raped her. Maya Angelou became silent after that, but the interesting part about that is the only person she would speak to was her brother. So she told her brother of the event, and he told his uncle. So the man was jailed for 1 day, and the day he was released, her uncle killed him. And so because of this, Maya Angelou was silent, but she later broke her silence at the age of 13. She also worked as a prostitute and a madam to provide for her young child. She traveled abroad to Ghana, to South Africa, to West Africa, and during that time she worked vicariously, learning 5 different languages: French, Spanish, Arabic, and the West African language Fanti. Maya Angelou was also a singer, a dancer, a writer, an actor, an activist, a very powerful woman. When she spoke, people listened. She was not only a participant in the civil rights movement, but an active figure. When she was in Ghana, she met with Malcolm X, and she was trying to help him build his African-American group of unity. But when she returned to America to help Malcolm X with this task, he was assassinated. And when he was assassinated, his group died along with him. But then she also became friends with Dr. Martin Luther King, who was assassinated on her birthday in 1968. She was the first female editor of the Arab Observer and an instructor at the University of Ghana School of Music and Drama. She was also invited by successive presidents of the United States to serve in various capacities. She was on 2 presidential committees for President Ford and President Jimmy Carter. She also inaugurated Bill Clinton, and she wrote a poem for Obama as well. Maya Angelou's mother was her liberator. She helped her to go on through life and achieve great things. Her mother was diagnosed with cancer, and Maya Angelou took her home and she took care of her with the hopes of liberating her as well and helping her through her time of need. But after this, she went on through life and achieved great things. Maya Angelou had many, many achievements. There's not enough slides to put them all on. But she received the Tony Award in 1973. She also had 3 Grammys for her spoken word albums and an honorary National Book Award. She had the National Medal of Arts, the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is the country's highest civilian award, and that was given to her by President Obama. She was awarded more than 50 honorary degrees from 1975 to 2011. These vocabulary words: undaunted, not intimidated or discouraged by difficulty, danger, disappointment. I chose this word because through all of Maya Angelou's struggles, she overcame. She was not afraid to speak out. She was not afraid to let her voice be heard. She once walked into a meeting and they were discussing some political things. She said, there's only one problem in this room. There's no women in here. So, she had a way with words. I chose feminists, advocating social, political, legal, and economic rights for women equal to those of men. I chose this word because she inspired so many women across the globe. No matter what skin color they were, she was extremely passionate about helping women gain the same rights that men had. She was an activist, an especially active, vigorous advocate of a cause, especially a political cause. She fought for things that she felt were important, and she didn't stop. She fought until the day that she passed. I chose humanity because Maya Angelou felt like all people, no matter what race, creed, or color, should be treated fairly, should be treated with love, should be treated with kindness. She was a phenomenal woman.
Many people wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. When I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say, it's in the reach of my arm, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curve of my lips. I'm a woman, phenomenal. I walk into a room just as cool as you be, and to a man the fellows stand or fall down on their knees. Then they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. I say, it's the fire in my eyes, the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist, the joy in my feet. I'm a woman, phenomenally. Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they can't touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they say they still can't see. I say, it's in the arch of my back, the sun of my smile, the ride of my breasts, the grace of my style. I'm a woman, phenomenally. Now you understand just why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about or have to talk real loud. When you see me passing, it ought to make you proud. I say, it's in the click of my heels, the bend of my hair, the palms of my hands, the need for my care, because I'm a woman, phenomenal woman, all you women and me.
Any questions for? Any questions for Sammie?
Does anyone have any questions?
I'm curious what surprised you most about Maya.
Sunday, every age.
Maya Angelou was comfortable in her own skin. And no matter, like I said in my presentation, what adversities she went through in her life, she always persevered and overcame. And that's where I connected with her. I've been through a lot of traumatic events in my life. And so I connected with Maya Angelou in that way. And the fact that she wasn't scared to let people know how she felt. And she wasn't scared to speak out and be heard. Thank you.
Can you define feminists from our readings and from your readings? How do you define feminists and how do you see yourself, or do you see yourself as a feminist?
I'm very much a feminist. And I am because women should have the same rights that men have. We are not a weaker vessel, as most people would like to see us. We can do pretty much the same things that men can do. We're equal in all ways except for strength and build. But we have the intelligence, we have the ambition, we have the motivation, we have the drive. There is nothing that can stop us from doing what we want to do. And I don't feel like I should be at home cooking and cleaning cleaning and making babies. I should be out in the world making a living and being productive the same way men. Anyone else?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Eric.